Hi everybody, and welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be 5 struggles being in an age gap relationship. And these are like personal struggles for us, but if you're in an age gap relationship, you might be able to relate to. So, with that being said, if you guys are new here, welcome. This is my husband, Larry, and we have been married for, it'll be 3 years this September.
3.
So, we know the struggles. Let's get started. We have gone through them together. We've come up with 5, and we're just gonna read off the list and discuss. Number 1, the assumption is that we are father and daughter, which, to be honest, is quite fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But what becomes like the struggle is like when people realize who we are and then they are not so nice. That can happen.
Yeah, with the comments, and we're different because we're not the norm. And when you put something that's not normal in a big group of people, we're like the oddball.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people couldn't care less. They don't react to it at all. And other people are like, ugh, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that just think that I should immediately be arrested and thrown in prison. And
that's the other thing we should go over is our ages. I'm going to be 28 this year, and Larry has just turned 58. So, yes, that's the ages, in case you guys are wondering. All right, so that was number 1. Let's go down to number 2, is growing up in different eras and like what that would cause issues with. The ones that I had written down were like references, like daily references, and then like TV shows, and just kind of like talking about our past. So, you go ahead and explain yours.
Yeah, there'll be something that I remember from a TV show, and I'll bring it up in conversation or reference it, and she's sitting there like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because the TV show was on for 20 years, finished its run, and went off the air 2 years before she was born, so she's never even heard of it.
Correct, and then with all of my TV shows, my favorites like Rocket Power, SpongeBob, like all of the, what are some other ones? See, I ask him, he's gonna be like, I don't know. See, that's the thing, like I'll think of these references, or I'll be like, remember when in the 90s? Like Larry wasn't watching that kind of stuff. He was out working. He was doing his own thing when I was little, doing my own thing. So yeah, that kind of develops an issue where we don't have the same like I would expect if I was dating somebody that was my age. We could talk and reminisce about all the things growing up back when, and same with Larry. You guys had the same, like, even words that we say, like things that we say. Like, you're not a fan of when I say dude, and which was really common for my age group. Like, hey dude, what are you doing? Like, dude, what's up? Like, not his thing.
I've been called a lot worse.
Candies, foods, that's another thing. Like growing up in a different era, you just don't like Airheads. Did you guys have Airheads when you were younger?
I think we did, but I didn't partake.
What are some candy bars that you had when you were younger?
Heath Bar, Zagnut.
Zagnut?
Yeah, I never had one either. I like Heath Bars, but I never had a Zagnut.
A Zagnut. Yeah, so there's always those differences as well. Music, same thing. Like, I really like rave music. We're really good at listening to each other's music, though. Like, we're both very broad with that, but in general, we do have a different taste in music. So. But
it's kind of been helpful to me at certain times. I remember one time at work, somebody was talking about a song that just came out, and I started busting into it, and they were just dumbfounded that this old dude not only knew the song, but knew the words to the song. And it was just because it was what I listened to with Mindy. Yeah,
that's funny though.
Yeah.
That's cute. And then number 3, we don't have the traditional in-law experience, which sometimes when I think about it, it's kind of like I miss out on that. Like, it's sad because I don't have, Larry's father passed away, and I never met Larry's father. And Larry and his dad were really, really close. And then his mom, I have met her, but she's kind of sick.
She's in her mid-90s, and she has dementia.
Yeah, so I know her, we've talked and stuff, but you don't have like that normal. I don't really have in-laws, really. Like, I don't have that experience. And then Larry with my parents, he has in-laws, but then my parents are younger than Larry, which is different and not something that we meant to happen. I didn't go seeking for an age gap relationship, either did Larry. It's just two people that fell in love, that really connected, and that's how it happened. But yeah, I'd say it's kind of sad not having that in-law experience.
But it's with her parents being my in-laws, I look at her dad as my father-in-law and her mom obviously as mother-in-law. And to me, I didn't even think about it until she brought it up earlier, that she's kind of getting cheated out of the in-law experience.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it at all. But that's okay. Because I have you and we have my family and we're all really close, but that's something that I have thought about. Fourth on our list is our friend groups are split because we are all in different phases of our lives.
Yeah, most of my friends are probably in their late 40s, 50s. Most of your friends are in their mid to late 20s. So there's, I don't think it's so uncommon that, well, we're going to go visit your friends. We don't view it as, well, let's go visit your friends. It's, let's go visit our friends.
Yeah, Larry is friends with my friends, and then I'm friends with Larry's friends, so it's not like split that way. It's more so split in the way that if Larry and I were going to hang out with a group of our friends, it would either be Larry and I hang out with my friends or Larry and I hang out with his friends. Like, our groups don't really go together. They could, but we've never done it. Like, Larry and I have gone on vacation with his friends and we have a blast, but and to be honest, I don't have that many friends. I have a few, like, handful of close girlfriends, but
there was certain friends that she had that didn't want really to have me included with what was going on when I was working because I was in law enforcement. And it didn't bother me at the time because when I was...
Can we pause for a quick second? Because they might be wondering.
Oh.
When Larry met me, I was 20 going on 21. And I think some of us go through...
When I was 20 and 21, I was doing things that 20 and 21-year-olds do, and you're not going to or you don't want to do some of those things when you have a cop in your group.
Then I feel like sometimes people automatically, like, they see a cop or even, like, they're real people. Just because they're a police officer doesn't mean there's not a real person, and doesn't mean they don't like to have fun either. Like, just because you're a police officer doesn't mean, like, just everybody relax. But yeah, basically, like, my friends were 20, 21, 22. We were going out, we were having drinks, we were doing the nightlife thing, whereas, like, Larry and his friends are more of, like, chill, laid back, family style. They like to go out and have fun, don't get me wrong. Like, they can go out and have some drinks. But it's just we're so different. Like, we're so different. I think, though, that if we threw a party at our house, and, well, part of the problem is, like, all of our friends are from Ohio, so we don't really have friends to hang out with here in Florida. The only time that we do is when they come and visit us or we go and visit them. But I think that if we had a big party and we invited my friends and your friends, everybody would get along, everybody would mingle. It's just not, like, generally something that happens.
We did that at our wedding reception.
Yeah.
We didn't have any problems.
Because I always see, like, a lot of people my age, especially, like, other social media people or, like, other YouTubers and Instagrammers, they'll, like, talk about their 4th of July weekend, or, like, they'll show pictures, and it's, like, groups of all of their friends, like, hanging out and, like, couples, and we don't really have that.
No, but if we weren't 1,200 miles away from where
right.
all our friends were, we probably would have.
We would go to cookouts to your friend's house, or, like, and then I would hang out with my friend. But still, that's the thing, it's split. It's not all of us hanging out together.
Because even when we were dating, we went to a cookout, and we got up to leave, and somebody said, yeah, you got to get her back before curfew, huh? Which was actually kind of funny.
It was funny. That's the other thing, is, like, we're the type of people that don't take it personally. Like, it's fun, it's funny, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, we all have fun with each other, but that's also our humor. We don't, it's fine. Okay, and then the last one that we have on here is, which is an obvious one, is having children. And, and this just isn't for our situation. Like, we have a more complicated situation because we would have to have a procedure in order to have a kid. So we're going to put that aside. Like, that's not what this is just, that's an added issue for specifically Larry and I, but for like other age gap couples, I think that the issue would be as that I view it as Larry is in a time in his life where he is retired. He's already been there, done that, and he's ready to travel the world, enjoy retirement, swim in the pool, go do things. And me, I'm 20, almost 28, at a point in my life where I would naturally be wanting to sit down and start a family. So we're in like two completely different phases of life, which a lot of people think that that would be an issue. And it is like an issue, but not really, like we've talked about it.
Yeah, it's not a big issue. I talked to her about that before we even got married.
Yeah, you did.
And the way I look at it now is just because I'm older, she's younger, if God willing we can have a child, doesn't mean I can't travel 6-7 years. It just delays that plan a little bit longer.
That's true.
And I would much rather travel with a little one when they're a little bit older to remember places that they've been to, and I can always take pictures and make them photo albums and things so that helps them remember things we've done and where we've gone.
That would be fun. And like, see, that's something that we've talked about and we've come to the conclusion on. And like, you have to make sure that they're okay with it, and then she's okay with it, and I could totally be okay with not having a child, and then we could travel and do all the things, and he could totally be okay with having a child and things being pushed back a little bit further. So it's something that is going to differ from, you know, relationship to relationship, but at the end of the day, that is quite we're in two different places in life.
I would love to travel with a little one, because you can go to a school, sit in a classroom, and listen to people talk all day long. And with me, I didn't pay that good of attention in school.
You should pay attention to school, guys.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
You can pay me now or pay me later. It's a popular phrase. Don't have to pay later. I did that. That was dopey.
So did I.
But you can sit there and listen and try and learn, or you can have somebody take you to a place that you're learning about and actually be there and experience it and see the things. And I think that's going to stick up here a lot longer than listening to somebody talk about it.
That is so true. That's so cute. Like, travel and learning experiences, and taking them to Disney is so cute.
Well, Disney, or just all the historical places too.
Yeah, and historic, like lots of history would be more so of learning. See, I'm more of like that. You're definitely the history buff, which is great, because we would go and travel to all the historical places and teach the little one. And then me, I'm like wanting to make Christmas mornings special, like that I had as a kid, and Disney trips, and like just making the every day in the life just loving and a supportive home where the child knows they're loved. It's just cute anyways. But yeah. And talking about the children topic, Larry and I don't know what's gonna happen. I know that you guys have a lot of questions about that, and it might not happen. Like, I don't want to sit there and tell you guys, oh, it's definitely going to happen, we're going to have a kid. I don't know. That's not in our hands. It's out of our hands.
The procedure that we're going to try is expensive, and there's no guarantee it's going to work. There's some other health concerns that may impede progress in that area, and we just don't know.
And we do know, and in case you guys are probably going to go into the comment section and say, we do completely understand there are other options like adoption. We understand that, and we will take those into consideration. But our dream is to have our own child. I think adoption is fabulous. My father was adopted. Thank God for adoption. But right now, it's just something that we're kind of looking into and having our own. But, guys, I would just want to be honest with you guys. I don't know if it's going to happen, and it might not happen, and I don't want you to be disappointed with us if it doesn't. I'm not saying that it's not. I just don't know. It's in God's hands, really. It's not in ours. If it's meant to be, I'm a firm believer in. If it is meant to be, it will be. If it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. If it doesn't happen, we're going to travel the world and take you guys on a lot of trips. As we were just saying, though, if we have a child, we're still going on trips, aren't we?
Yeah.
They would just be a little different.
That
and I don't know if I would go overseas as much with a little one. I think that's like, we've covered the basis of it.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Also, try to bear in mind and keep the comment section kind and loving. I know that everybody's allowed to have an opinion. Just try to keep it kind and respectful for everybody else in the comment section.
And I kind of laugh at the people that leave these just off the wall negative comments, because you know they just sat through the whole video watching it just to say their dopey comment. And I gotta scratch my head and wonder, if you didn't like it that much, why did you sit there and watch it?
It's true. I was raised, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So usually if I see something that I'm like, oh, okay, well, not my cup of tea, I just kind of dip out and click out, turn around. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye!
Bye.